Today I will talk about a simple and accessible strategy that you can easily replicate, and I will also show how much you can earn using this trading method. An important point, I will not be using doubling up, that is the martingale system, so the trading will be calm, confident, and without any stress. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, give a like, and click the bell. Let's move on to the Pocket Option platform. This is one of the most popular brokers at the moment. If you haven't registered on Pocket Option yet, follow the link in the description and sign up. So the essence of the strategy is very simple. We work as usual following the trend. For example, here we see the following chart. We had an upward movement, then a downward one in tag, and then upward again. Now naturally, most likely logically, we will move downwards. Accordingly, it makes sense to enter a trade for a decrease. This is a simple strategy, and it has stood the test of time. It basically follows the classic approach, the technical analysis of Postane, where the price moves from one liquidity area to another. Here, for example, we have a resistance zone at the top, a support zone at the bottom, and the price moves up top and down between them, right? And sometimes we have these sideways moments when the price can move a little up and down. In these situations, I don't trade, I just observe, or I switch to other currency pairs, or simply keep watching. Here as well, we could see this kind of upward movement, just a little bit. But also there are these red and green candles that keep alternating. And essentially, this is a sideways trend, but an upward sideways trend, right? And at this moment, I also don't trade. Ideally, you need to find a chart that is moving smoothly, either down or up. Nice looking candles. How are they better, more beautiful, so to speak? Well, what does more attractive mean? Let's say that each candle we have consists of a body and a shadow. The body is, for instance, this area here. Now, this is the body. And the small tail here is the wick. Sometimes the wicks can be large. And look, the bigger this wick is, the worse it is for us, or at least for me. I always prefer the candles to be neat, like this. Let them be of different sizes, it's not a big deal, but they should be neat with small shadows. And we will be looking for exactly these kinds of charts. And I'll show you how you can quite easily make money with this strategy using such simple examples. So I'm entering a down trade, a $30 put. The expiration time is 1 minute and the time frame is also 1 minute. So what did I see here? I saw an upward movement, a reversal, and now there's kind of a correction happening, right? Well, this is a classic scenario. I like to trade with the trend, so to speak, and here I can clearly see a downtrend. So I think we're going to move down a bit now. And it's essential to make a profit on this movement. There we dropped sharply. It was still possible to go in. So if there's a pullback now, I'll enter again. Let's watch. There are less than 20 seconds left until the trade ends. The payout will be $27.50. So let's enter another trade here. There we go. Entering like this. A nice little pullback happened, and I think we'll go further. Well, basically, we'll reach this support zone somewhere around here. So here we have, well, yes, there are still 40 seconds left here. A good short movement. As they say, it would be foolish not to take it. If the market gives you such fantastic gifts, it would be silly not to take them. So, well, I sat for about 20 minutes or so, looked for something, and then spotted this really good, excellent opportunity. Let's keep watching and observing. So $27.50 are credited to the balance. And so here we've come almost right up to the support zone. And now, yes, we're starting to see this sideways movement, some kind of long. So there could be a reversal here, but it's still unclear for now. Let's take a pause. I'm not going to do anything here. I just want to watch and observe. So I'm taking a short break. There's nothing more to do here. Now I'll take a look at something else and then we'll continue. So US dollar to Philippine peso. I see that it's going long. There was a nice move downward earlier, a reversal, long. So basically we're working here according to standard technical analysis methods. I entered with $30. The payout though is pretty low, 79%. The profit will be almost $24. Let's watch and see what happens next. So there are less than 10 seconds left. Basically, this trade is going into profit. If this candle doesn't reverse, right now, I won't be going long anymore. Yes, here's the payout. Yes, you could try going long again since there's an upward long movement. And this movement, well, basically, it should end right here because this is where the resistance zone starts. Yes, So even if this candle goes in, well, if this trade ends up in profit, then basically you should be looking for a reversal here, or maybe a sideways movement or a short move. It's very, very weak. There are literally less than 20 seconds left. Basically, and let's keep watching, observing. Yes, this trade also ends up in profit, but the payout is weak, 79%. So I'll look for something more interesting. So here we have another classic scenario. Here it's the Swiss franc and Japanese yen. At first we saw a short, meaning a downward movement, then a sharp, impulsive move upward. Now we have a reversal. If the red candle holds, meaning we have 15 seconds left. If the red candle stays and a new solid red candle starts, that's good. In other words, a confident downward movement. It makes sense to consider a short and enter, no? But we see a sideways trend. Yes, so this is that sideways movement. Here we see uncertainties. That is, there is resistance, there's a struggle, a period of consolidation. People call it different things. Well, everyone definitely calls it a sideways trend. Yes, so we'll call it a sideways trend too. And if this sideways trend turns into a downward trend, a downward movement, then we consider going short. So I'm entering a short position, I'll be shorting. And we keep watching and observing. Basically, it's a textbook sideways trend. The price is moving back and forth, and here, well, there's really nothing to catch. You either have to wait a long time until the sideways trend ends, and the price starts moving either up or down. Then you can calmly make money or look for something else. But there's no time to just sit and wait for who knows how long. We're creating content, so we need to look for something else. So here's another good option. This is the US dollar to Indian rupee. And here it makes sense to go for a decrease, even several times. Why? Because the classic pattern continues. Yes, we saw an upward movement here. Here it is. Then there was a decrease, meaning a downward movement, and then another rise. And at the moment, we're seeing a pretty good downward movement. In other words, the start of a decent move. Here, I think the movement will continue, maybe even all the way down to the support zone, so to speak. That's why it makes sense to take a bit of profit here. So let's watch and keep observing. Yes, here we have a downward movement. I entered twice, each time for $30. The payout is excellent, 92%, but I'm not really a fan of these longs. But our first trade was profitable, and the second one was profitable too. Not bad. I don't think this is a reversal to the upside. I think the downward movement will continue here. And I'll enter another trade like this. Yes. Although it's a bit risky, but still. Even so, I think the short downward movement will continue. According to the classic scenario, so to speak, that's how it should be, in theory. These green upward impulses, I think they're short-term, just temporary. Yeah, there's still no strength to move up. The movement is still more downward. Let's keep watching and observing. Well, basically, yeah, there are less than 10 seconds left. I guess I really am thinking about this the right way. And as you can see, my theory is being confirmed. And another profit of $27.60 is added to the balance. Well, I guess it's time to sum up. It took me about an hour of work, more or less. Let's total up how much I managed to earn in an hour of work. So, at the start of trading, my balance was $4,419, and now it's $4,605. So, during this trading session, I managed to earn $186. Friends, let me know in the comments what you think about this trading approach. Basically, look, I didn't use doubling strategies or any kind of chasing losses, martingale and things like that. I'm not a big fan of those. Why? Because it's a nerve-wracking experience, especially when you start chasing losses for the 7th or 10th time and you end up risking your entire deposit. Therefore, if I do any catch-ups, it's literally 2 or 3 times. That's it. If it doesn't work out, then trading is done for the day. Yes, this is trading, and it's never always perfect. There's no such thing as every trade being profitable. There will definitely be losses, and you need to treat this normally. In short, if you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and also follow the Telegram channel. On my Telegram channel, I got share promo codes for deposits, Kanaksam posts, course lessons, and provide interesting, proven step-by-step strategies. So let's earn together. Wishing everyone success and big profits.